You might think you're being nice, respectful, even romantic, but these 20 phrases, they're silently destroying her attraction to you. And number 17, I guarantee you're saying it more than you realize.
We're going live, baby.
We'll do it live.
You're listening to the premier podcast for men who want to not only be better with women, but want to be better men in general. This is the Come On Man podcast. And here's your host,
Paul Bauer.
Paul Bauer.
Paul Bauer.
Paul Bauer.
Paul Bauer.
Paul Bauer.
Paul Bauer. He is a certified master life coach and NLP practitioner.
It's true. Damn true. Happy Monday, guys. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me okay. We're pretty much going to get right into it today. Might be a short episode. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might end up running my mouth the whole time. We'll see. You know, that's the beauty of a Monday. Like it might not happen the way you expect. It might happen exactly how you expect, right? There's a world of possibilities out there. All right. Guys, I have 20 phrases that are killing your girl's attraction for you. And these are so common. I guarantee you've said at least a few of these because I know I have. I know I have in the past too. Oh, hey, Dividend Gypsy says 1. He can hear me good. That's good. All right, cool. Guys, if you are new to the channel, my name is Paul Bauer. I don't have the thing up. Hold on, guys. I got to get the thing up here. Where's the thing? Is it under here? There it is. Yeah. All right, cool. My name is Paul Bauer, and I help men level up and get better with women. And the funny thing about doing that is it tends to make us better men in all areas of your lives. Man, I don't have any of the stuff up that I normally do because I have a new channel. I don't know if you guys knew that. I have a new channel. It's called Quantum Reality Awakening. It launched yesterday, and I had to take down all my normal stuff to put that up. Here we go. This is what I want. I had to take down this normal stuff because it has all the branding for this channel, and I don't want to cross mix the channels too much, you know, because there's gonna be some people that really like the woo-woo stuff that are gonna want to be on the other channel, and some of you red pillars are gonna not want to mix with that content. So that's fine. I'm really into the woo-woo though. I'm totally woo-woo. I'm a woo-woo guy. So that's why I do what I do anyway. All right, so guys, let's just kick this off. The first one on the list here is whatever you want, honey. How many of you guys drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever said that? Hey, whatever you want to do, honey. Whatever you want. That's total abdication of decision making, and that's one of the hardest things I think for guys to start learning is to be more decisive, especially when it comes to relationship, because we've been sold this happy wife, happy life paradigm our whole lives. And so we don't want to make a decision that could possibly make her upset. We don't want to get into any arguments. We want to have a problem-free life. And so we leave decision-making up to her. But the thing is that women are terrible at decision-making. And so when you put her in the driver's seat, you're actually putting her in charge of the relationship, and she doesn't want to be there. She wants you to be in charge of the relationship. She wants you to make a decision. And you know what's great about making those decisions is that you get to do whatever you want to do. It's a win-win. Like you mean to tell me that I can eat the food that I want to eat all the time? I can go to the restaurants I want to go to all the time? Yes. Yes, you can. It's amazing. A lot of guys are like, they won't believe it. They refuse to believe it when I say, hey, don't ask your girl where she wants to go eat. Don't ask her what place she wants to go to. You pick a place. You just tell her, hey, we're going here, right? Go grab your shoes. Or even don't tell her. Just say, hey, go grab your shoes. I'm taking you out. And when she's like, where are we going? And you're like, that's for me to know and you to find out. Like women love that spontaneous mystery. They don't want to be picking the place, but we have been told our whole lives, oh, let her pick the place, right? And it turns out that kills her attraction for you. It's a terrible thing to do. The next one, I already sort of hinted at it, is happy wife, happy life. Hey guys, happy wife, happy life. Am I right? Am I right, boys? You know, we just got to let the girls do whatever they want because happy wife, happy life, right? Well, that signals that you'll sacrifice self-respect in order to avoid conflict. Like you're totally conflict avoidant because I want my peace, bro. Bro, I just want my peace. God, anytime I see a video where it's like a female MRA talking about just bring him peace, right? She's not talking to women. In fact, none of the female MRAs out there, the men's rights activists you'll see out there, none of them are talking to women. It's all a grift to talk to men. Because what they're saying is a bunch of stuff that men want to hear. And so it's a bunch of men going, yes, queen, in the comments, going, she gets us. Protect this woman at all costs. She gets us. Like, that's the kind of crap you see in the comments. These women don't give a crap about you, bro. They don't give a single crap about you. Do you think they're out there marching in the streets trying to get laws changed? No. They're trying to get Instagram ducats. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to get views and clicks on their content so that they can make money on social media, telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And I would say that's the difference of my channel. I'm telling you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. In fact, that's why it's so hard to grow a red pill channel, is because most people don't want to hear what we have to say, because what we tell you is effective. It can actually save your marriage, save your relationship. You can actually have a nice life, but it's counterintuitive, doesn't make sense, doesn't go with the Disney fairy tale narrative. And so people don't want to hear this stuff until they have to hear it. This is why you can't red pill your friends, because people have to go through that pain before they want to seek real solutions to their problems. Otherwise, it's all just fairy dust, right? So happy wife, happy life was the next one. Another one, the next one on the list, guys, is can I go do this? Can I go to the store? Can I buy this? Can I hire a coach so that maybe I can help save this marriage? Right? Like asking for permission for just everyday things. You need to get your wife's buy-in on everything. Well, we have to because she's my partner. Okay. We're equal partners. I need to get her buy-in on stuff. Does she get your buy-in when she went and spend all that money on Louboutin and all that kind of crap? Or did she come back and tell you how she got it on sale? Right? She doesn't want to tell you how much she spent on it. She tells you how much she saved. She ain't asking you for crap. Why? Because she's running the relationship and you're letting her. Okay. You don't need her permission, especially if you're the major breadwinner, bro. Like if you're the guy that's bringing in all the money and she doesn't do anything and she just runs the household, but you're the guy that has abdicated your position as the leader of the relationship. And so you're like, here, honey, here's all the money. I'm making all this money. You manage the finances. And then all this money that comes in, she hands you an allowance, and then she does whatever she wants with it. Like that's one of the major things that guys do. And then they don't understand. They're completely blindsided when a divorce happens because she has all access to the finances and she starts socking money away and starts preparing her exit. And you have no idea because you're not watching the money, right? Like this is a big problem that guys have. And so you're asking for permission to do everything. Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do, instead of just doing whatever you're going to do or telling her, hey, I'm doing this. Okay. That's you setting the tone and leading the relationship. You're doing what's in the best interest, or at least I would hope that you're doing what's in the best interest of the family. Okay. You're not just, buying Legos and action figures and blowing your money on like video games and stuff like that. And then you're not able to pay bills and finance. You're not being responsible with that money. Okay. Like you have to be responsible too. That's especially if you're going to run the relationship, you got to do what's in the best interest of everybody around you, but you need to stop asking for permission for things. Okay. It's killing your authority in the relationship. She's never going to trust your ability to lead if you're always asking for her permission to lead. Because if you have to ask her permission to do anything, who's really leading? Think about this. Okay. This is one that I was guilty of in the past. Very guilty of this because I was always I was very bad at validation seeking behavior, and this is a big validation seeking behavior one. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Right? You see your girl huffing around and stuff, and so now you're feeling insecure and you're looking for some reassurance that it's not your fault. It's not you that she's mad at, right? It's Becky from accounting, that bitch, Becky from accounting. So you're like, are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? That is insecure validation seeking behavior. There's other ways to handle that sort of thing. Okay. Like if she's walking around visibly upset, a position of leadership, or in a position of leadership, you can ask her, hey, honey, something seems off with you. What's going on? What's eating at you? Right. But don't make it about you. Don't make it about you, because if you're making it about you, that's just showing your insecurities. You're like, oh my God, she must be mad at me about something. I better not upset the baby maker. And then that just shows how weak you are, that her emotions are impacting you. Okay. It wouldn't hurt to go, hey, honey, something's clearly bothering you. What's eating at you? Right. And if she wants to talk about it, she will. If she doesn't, okay. Don't climb on her emotional roller coaster. She doesn't want you to be there. Be like, all right, cool. Well, when you're ready to talk about it, I'll be over here. I'll be working in the garage, or I'm going to go hit the gym. Okay. But let her feel how she's going to feel. Don't always think that you have to fix her emotions. If she's in a bad mood, let her be in a bad mood. Okay. And let her come to you for that validation when she's ready to talk about it. But don't go chasing her around trying to fix her moods. Okay. That's not your job. Well, what do you want me to do, honey? That's the next one. What do you want me to do? Right? It's showing that you need to be told how to act. Okay. It's like going to your boss asking, what are your expectations, boss? What do you want from this? What you're asking for her to give you instructions, right? What do you want me to do, honey? Right? That's you abdicating your leadership role in the relationship to her. That's just going to cause more resentment. All right. So that's the first 5 we got here, guys. We got a bunch more, but before we get into those, do be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. I do have new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday without fail. And if you guys are watching live right now, do sound off in the live chat. There's almost 40 people watching live right now. So there should be at least 40 people chatting in the comments. And if you're not, you're just lurking. Don't be a lurker. Okay. Don't be a creepy weirdo lurker. Like, say something. Sound off in the chat. We want to hear from you. And if you guys have any kind of questions and you're finding value in this content, do consider sending a super chat. I know y'all have the money. Y'all are sending $500 super chats to these, overaged gamer girls that aren't giving you actionable information. Brother over here is giving you actionable information that might actually save your marriage. Maybe give me a ducking or two. Okay. All right. I didn't want to push that, but do be sure to like, subscribe, and hit those notifications. All right. What do we got here? We got a whole bunch of people in the chat. Nurse Chick's in the house. She says, good morning, gentlemen. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. She obviously gets this. Wait.
I'm so naughty.
No.
I'm going to come.
Oh, well, that's true. This Friday, she's coming back. Dividend Gypsy says, let's go. Florida Swamp Monkey says, hey, Larry sent me. Oh, hey, cool. Brother Larry. I'm assuming it's the brother Larry that out of Japan. That's one of my shipmates, and he's one of my Wolfpack brothers. Cool. I hope you find value in this content, brother. And let's see here. Dividend Gypsy says, what are daily actions I can take in order to challenge the conflict avoidant paradigm? Daily actions I can take in order to challenge. In order to challenge anything that you're avoiding, is you have to face it, right? Like, go start a fight and don't run away from the fight. That's what I would try to do. Go pick a fight with a stranger somewhere. Go argue with people online. How's that? Oh man. Reason number 1 for divorce: money disagreements. That's a big one. But you know what? You'll have less money disagreements. One, if this is my hypothesis, right? If you are married and you both work, have separate bank accounts. Would be my number 1 recommendation to avoid any kind of money disagreements if you're both working, right? You both have your money accounts, and then you both have like you have a shared account for, for expenses, bills, rent and, mortgages and electrical bills and stuff like that. And then you each contribute to the pot to pay the bills. And then the rest of the money, she could do whatever she wants with it. The rest of your money, you could do what you want with it, right? That would be my number one recommendation to avoid the money conflict. If you are the only one working, you control the finances. You be the one that pays the bills, that, socks money away for retirement and all that kind of stuff. You manage that stuff and then give her an allowance. That would avoid most money problems. But most guys don't do that. Most guys let their wives do it. The wives are nervous, neurotic messes when it comes to money. They're blowing their money on whatever feels good for them, and then they're not letting you blow any kind of money that's not good for the family, right? Like women are terrible about that kind of stuff, right? All right, let's get back into it, guys. I'll do anything to make you happy, honey. I will do anything to make you happy. That's just, you're just acting desperate now at that point. I don't know if I've ever said those exact words, but I have said, I just want you to be happy. Like, have you said that? Or have you said, I'll do anything to make you happy? What do you want? I'll do anything to make you happy. What, have you ever done that? Maybe in an argument? But that's just pure desperation. That's just, putting her on a pedestal, and that just basically gives her permission to manipulate the shit out of you, right? This one is one that I was really bad with for a long time. This next one, and I got some of these, I'm being vulnerable with you guys here right now. Some of these I'm ashamed to admit, but I want you guys to know that I don't think I'm better than any of you. Okay, I've just probably been studying this stuff more than some of you, right? So I do like to share my past failures and all that kind of stuff so that you guys understand that I've been where you've been. Okay, but I used to always have to get reassurance of this. I would always ask, "Do you still love me?" or "Do you love me? Do I make you happy?" Those types of things. That really frames you as unsure and needy. And it's validation seeking behavior. Any kind of needy validation seeking behavior is very weak, and women don't like it. Women don't like it. They might not say it out loud, but there's something that clicks in their head like, ugh, I don't like that he just asked me that. Do you still love me is one of those. Are you happy that, those types of things where you're trying to get reassurance that you're doing everything right. Like, she's happy. Like, if she's enthusiastically banging your brains out, bro, like, you don't have to ask questions like that. If she's an octopus to the face, if she sits next to you on the couch and has to put her legs over you and has to be close to you all the time, you don't have to ask questions like that. Okay. You can just pay attention. Just watch what she does. It's the same thing that we say when you're out dating, right? Don't listen to what women say. Just watch what they do. If she's showing all sorts of affection, if she's doing all these nice things for you, she loves you. Okay. You don't have to constantly get that reassurance. Here's another one. And this one, I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever said this. But it really reminds me of the movie Jerry Maguire. You're my everything. Have you ever sappily told a girl, "You're my everything"? And Jerry Maguire, what does he say? "You complete me. You complete me." And she's like, "You had me at hello." And that's all just rom-com nonsense. Okay. If a girl knows that she's your everything and you're putting her on a pedestal, she doesn't want to be up there. She doesn't want to be up on this pedestal. Women might think that they want to be up there and they might say that they want to be up there. But the moment that you start putting her up on this pedestal and she's looking down on you, she starts losing respect for you. Okay. Her hypergamous nature needs to be with a guy that she sees as above her in some way. She needs that. And if you're her everything and you're my world, honey, and you mean everything to me. All of a sudden she's like, oh, this guy needs me more than I need him. And maybe there's some other option. Maybe bill and accounting is a better option for me, right? She starts looking for a better option. You have to be her best option. And to be that, you have to be her everything. And you don't have to, you can't worry about whether she's your everything or not. And maybe she is your everything, but keep that shit to yourself, okay? Men are the romantics. We're the ones that we truly like love women from a fairy tale standpoint. Women are more opportunistic and they love you with more pragmatic reasons, right? Like, is this guy my best option? Is he a good provider? Does he fuck well? Like these are all things that you make up the complete package. And if you're not any of these things, she starts looking for a better option. That's just her hypergamous nature. Now, some people say, well, men do it too. Men do it too. No, we don't. Men are polygamous by nature, which means we want to just fuck everything. Like we want to fuck every possible girl out there. So, us looking at other women, it's not that we don't love the woman that we're with. We just also want to love these women too. I think it's totally different. It's a totally different mindset. It's hard for people to wrap their minds around because some of you guys obviously aren't actively doing that, right? Maybe you're with one girl and you see another girl that you find attractive and you're like, okay, I noticed that, but I'm not going to act on it, right? Well, women are doing that too with their hypergamous nature. Like women are, they have these urges and they're looking for stuff and they're not necessarily acting on it either. Okay. Like we as humans can keep these things in check, but these are things that are wired into us. Okay. It's just something to pay attention to. Some people have better control over it than others. Okay. All right. You're my everything. That's the last one. You're over-investing emotionally. It just really turns her off. You would be lost without me, right? I don't know any guys that would say that to a woman. You would be lost without me. Most guys say I'd be lost without her, right? Like I couldn't function if she didn't make my sandwiches every day. I couldn't function if she didn't wash my laundry every day. There's some guys out there that literally can't adult without their wives. And I met some of them in my life. One of them was my grandfather. My grandfather, he could survive, but it was just very minimalistically, right? Like one time my grandma, this is my grandparents on my mom's side of the family. One time my grandma was in the hospital for open heart surgery. This was, years and years and years ago. And my grandpa was the kind of guy where they had a very traditional marriage, right? Very traditional relationship where he would go out and slay the beast and she would be at home doing all the housekeeping, all the whatever. And so when they were retired, which is all my interaction with my grandparents was after my grandpa retired, what he would do is every day he would go out, he would go work on the car, he would go work in the garden, he would mow the lawn, he would be working outside all day. Like he never stopped working. And then my grandma would just be taking care of the house. She'd be cleaning the house, she'd be making lunches and making breakfast. So my grandma would get up and immediately go and like she'd get up earlier than him and start getting breakfast ready. And then he would get ready and like shower and shave and then come out and then she would serve him breakfast, right? And then after breakfast, he would be out in the garden. He would be out doing whatever work until lunchtime. And then in between lunch and breakfast and lunch, my grandma would be cleaning up, doing the dishes, cleaning the house or whatever. And then she would start making lunch. And so then my grandpa would come in for lunch and she would serve him lunch. And then he would go back out and start working on crap, right? Until dinner time. And then she would work in the house, clean the house, fold laundry. Sometimes she would go out and do her flowers or whatever, but mostly she was in the house tending the house, right? Very traditional. And so anyway, my grandma ended up in a surgery. She had open heart surgery. So my grandpa, the hospital put him in this old folks home that was, right next to the hospital and let him stay there for the week that she was in the hospital for surgery and recovering from surgery. And I just remember my grandpa was living off of bologna sandwiches that whole week because he didn't know how to cook. Right. he couldn't do that. He just couldn't adult without her. And same thing happened with my ex-wife's aunt and uncle. Like her uncle was the same kind of guy. If he didn't know how to cook for himself, he wouldn't cook for himself. And so if his wife was out of town or whatever, he would just live off of like Jack in the Box and McDonald's. He wouldn't cook, and he didn't even know how to cook. It was funny, right? So I find it's mostly guys that would be like, I'm lost without her. I don't know if a guy has ever said you'd be lost without me, but either way, if you need her like that, that's a bad place to be in. If you tell her you'd be lost without me, that's validation seeking. It's not good either way. You're the boss. Have you ever called your wife the boss? I better go check with the boss before I go out with my friends. I better check with the boss before I go do whatever, right? Or maybe you even have a t-shirt that calls her the boss or something. Or maybe for Mother's Day, you give her a t-shirt that says the boss of the family or some bullshit like that, okay? If you ever even jokingly call her the boss, or you're putting her in the leadership role of the relationship, she doesn't want to be there. And that's where like her respect for you just starts eroding. She starts looking at you like a man child. It's not a good place to be. You have to be the boss. This is a very similar one. I'm nothing without you. That's just a verbal surrender of value. You see guys say that kind of crap when their wife is talking about divorce, or maybe you have a girlfriend, she's talking about breaking up with you. You see guys groveling that kind of shit. Like, I'm nothing without you, whatever. That just further hammers a nail into the coffin. That situation, you're just completely surrendering your value to her at that point. It's terrible. Please don't be upset. Please don't be upset. That's a fear-based communication. That's just you walking on eggshells. You can't possibly upset the baby maker, and that's just a big trap that guys fall into, right? We've talked about that already. All right. What people are talking in the comments here? What were they saying here? Matt Hall. Hey, Matt. Fuck, haven't seen you in forever, dude. What's going on, bro? One of my original 3% brothers. Matthew Boone, actionable. That's right. Lurk a lot here. Mouty, you're a total lurker, are you? Don't lurk, man. At least sound off in the comments. I like hearing from you guys. Anything to de-escalate once engaged. Well, what do you mean? De-escalate once engaged. So a fight's already started. I think a big way for guys to deal with conflict is using the Luca model of communication. It's the best way. It's the best way to de-escalate, because it's where women just want to feel heard and understood. And so and the problem is that we as men fall into the habit of deering, right? That's defend, explain, excuse, rationalize. That's where we're trying to justify our actions to our girl. You don't have to justify shit, okay? Just, you're the leader of the relationship. Like, hey, what's eating at you? And then she starts, and just listen to what she's complaining about and just try to get some clarity around that. Be like, okay, so let me just get this straight. And you stay calm. You have to keep your calm demeanor as much as possible. And the best way to do that is in your head, as she's just say, don't dear, always Luca. Don't dear, always Luca, right? Just keep that in your head. Focus on Luca, and you won't be upset, and you'll stay even keeled, not climb on her emotional roller coaster. And then you can just let her explain why she's upset. And all you have to do is just ask clarifying questions and then repeat some of it back to her. It's the best way of dealing with it. Let's see. Hard facts. Yes, definitely. Hey, Alex Patino's in the house. What's up, you British cigarettes? George Elder. Good info. Oh, good. I'm glad. Here's the funny thing. I can cook better than my wife. Of course, I don't tell her that, but she knows it. Yes, be the boss. Yes, she's not the boss. You have to be the boss. All right. Separate bank accounts. It's the only way to go. You know, it's funny. I had Dr. Robert Glover on the podcast years ago, and I brought this up to him. I said, because that was one of the biggest fights in my marriage was the finances. And one of the things I told Dr. Glover is I determined that having separate bank accounts is the only way to go. And he goes, you know what? Now that you have the money thing figured out, your next relationship, the problems aren't going to be about money. It's going to be something else that's going to blindside you. He's like, there's always something else usually in a relationship. Although I'll tell you this, Nurse Chick and I, we've never had a spat. We've never had a fight. She and I, everything's effortless because of all the stuff that I apply from my relationship or from everything that I teach. I apply this in my own relationship, and Nurse Chick and I have never had a fight or a conflict. I've never really had to break out the Luca on her either. But the thing is that all the stuff that I talk about inspired her to go and study this stuff from her perspective and how to run a relationship, or how to be in a relationship as a woman, which led her to her book, Belly's Full, Balls Empty. But get that one for your wives, by the way. It's the only one on Amazon. You can, if you do a search for Belly's Full, Balls Empty, it's the only one you'll find. It's still not available on Audible yet, Nurse Chick. We promised Cappy that we would put that on Audible, so we need to get to work on that. Okay, guys, I have a question for you. Who wants to run with the Wolves?
Bear Club? Not anymore.
You fix what's broken. You lead like a man again. No pity, no therapy. Just fire, just flame. Cold bed, broken home, midlife drift, feeling alone. You don't need hacks, blogs, lies. You need men with fire in their eyes. We rebuild from the ground up. No excuses, no soft stuff. Telegram lit 24/7. Brothers locked in steel, not heaven. Step inside the pack. We don't fall, we attack. Truth, fire, presence, we bring it back. Masculine pride, no time to slack. Step inside the pack. Drop your past, claim your track. No therapy talk, no playing small. We sharpen blades, we take it all.
Too sweet. Guys, get in the wolf pack, wolf.comeonmanpod.com. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the 30th, is going to be our next wolf pack pod class. It's a private pod class just for wolf pack members. Get in the pack before then. Go to wolf.comeonmanpod.com. And then, guys, if you have a question and you want me to do a dedicated video about your question, kind of like how Matthew Boone, was asking about how to de-escalate in a fight or argument. Like, if you have a specific situation and you want me to address it, and I just really put all my time into it, sponsor a video. Go to video.comeonmanpod.com. I'm going to do those on Tuesdays. I already got one lined up for tomorrow night, and that's when they are. They're at 6 p.m. Eastern time on this channel. I stream it live, and it's dedicated for whoever sponsors those videos for that day. And so if I get multiple ones, usually it's been pretty consistent, just one a week. When more you guys start taking advantage of that, I'm going to probably do a couple in the evening on Tuesdays. And then when it gets too much for me, I'm going to spill that over onto Thursdays. But right now I'm using Thursdays to record videos for my new channel, Quantum Reality Awakening, so that those can go up on Sundays. So I'm a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. But that's what happens when you're a professional streamer. And then, guys, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can book a call by going to call.fixdeadbedrooms.com. It's an hour-long one-on-one breakthrough and battle plan session for whatever is going on in your relationship, or if you're going through a breakup right now, I'll walk you through some breakup recovery options for you. Go to call.fixdeadbedrooms.com. And if you guys decide to keep working with me in my full 3-month program, then I refund the cost of this call. The thing is, though, I can't do the free, let's see if we vibe together calls anymore, because too many people are tire kickers. And I really can only work with people who are serious about fixing their situation, because otherwise I don't want you wasting your money, right? Like a lot of guys are just like, I paid for a coach, I feel better about myself, and then they do fuck all, right? And I can't work with guys like that. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, pal. All right. What do we got here? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I think I might have totally skipped this. Oh, I did. I totally skipped a whole section here. What the hell? Jesus Christ. Guys, don't forget to follow me on social media. The links are in the description. And then, guys, get my book, Get Her to Fuck You Again. It's all about fixing relationship issues. All right. Somehow I messed up my show notes here. Let's see here. So we have, we've done, let's see here. Please don't be upset. Nothing without you. See 5. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've done 12 so far. All right, cool. Let's do the last of these here. Oh, well, hold on 1 second. We've got a long thing here. Your advice about dealing with her being rude or emotional is to just be unfazed and take it. I agree with being unfazed, but you need to immediately stop her talking and tell her you walk away. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying there. Okay. I'm not saying to just take it. Okay. I'm not saying to just take it. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if you take one small soundbite out of context, I can see where your mind might go there. We could have a whole discussion about this. You know what I mean? But it would probably be better in a sponsored video. All right. The next one here is, I can't live without you. I can't live without you. Creates pressure and kills attraction. I don't know if guys ever, they might say that like during a breakup when a girl is breaking up with them and they're trying to get her back and they're saying like, I can't, they're groveling, trying to get back. I can see them saying that. What I usually hear guys say is they're saying it trying to be sweet, right? Like they'll say it to other people like, oh, I couldn't possibly live without her, right? If you say any kind of stuff like that, it's almost like, it's weird. It's like when you give your girl too much reassurance that you're never going to leave her, that she's your one and only, that you can't live without her, anything like that, that makes her feel a little too secure in the relationship. That's when attraction starts eroding. Like she's like, oh, I can do whatever the fuck I want. This guy won't do shit. And I can manipulate him. I can do whatever I want because he's never going to leave. Right. If you're always reassuring your girl, like, you can do no wrong, I will never leave, she loses respect for you. Okay. That's why Dread Game is so effective, because it makes her think that she's on shaky ground. It makes her think, I got to put some investment in or I'm going to lose this guy. That's why Dread Game is so effective, because she can't always have this reassurance. Otherwise, she has no reason to invest anymore, right? So I can't live without you is just something. Keep yourself, right? Don't be reassuring her that you might not leave or that you'll never leave or any of that kind of stuff. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you? Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Is that okay with you? It's just, you're seeking her approval. Anytime you're seeking her approval, you're putting her in the driver's seat. You're putting her in charge of the relationship. But no, she's my equal partner. This is, I keep harping on this, but this is why you have to drop the idea that she's your partner. Anytime I see a man use the word partner, I get disgusted by it. I did a Stitch yesterday. I didn't comment on the partner thing, but I did a Stitch video yesterday on a guy who looked like a really fit guy. He was in the supermarket and he was buying, meat and eggs. And he's like, when you're in a, when you have a partner, is what he says. When you have a partner and you're trying to eat healthy, and then you see the girl skipping over with fucking cookies and cake, right? And she's chubby. Right. This guy is like super fit and he's got this like chubby Asian girlfriend and she's skipping over with cake or whatever. And I made the video about, this is why like you need to have boundaries and you need to like what I jokingly said, this is why if you're a fit guy, don't date fat girls. Right. But that was for the shock value. And then otherwise I said, like, basically you need to like women will do this sort of thing to mate guard, right? They'll try to plump you up a little bit so that you're less attractive for other women out there. But the thing is that she tends to make you less attractive for her too. And it's self-sabotaging. Okay. That's what I made the video about. But really, when I saw the guy use the word partner in the video, I was like, oh, God damn it. Like, stop it. Okay. She's not your partner. And the thing is, when guys have this idea that she's my partner, is you constantly want her buy-in on stuff, which puts her in the leadership role of the relationship. It's like you're putting her there and she doesn't want to be there. So stop fucking doing that. Don't ask, is it okay with you? Okay. You don't need her fucking permission. All right. Let's see here. Is that okay with you? I just want you to be happy. That's let's see. Didn't I do that one? Oh, I'll do anything to make you happy is another one. See, this is the thing. This is that happy wife, happy life paradigm. We can't deal with her not being happy. We can't deal with it. They're like, oh, fuck. She's not happy. We got to fix this. Okay. So I just want you to be happy. When said in place of having your own goals is just terrible idea. I talk about this a lot on the podcast too, where AJ Styles, the pro wrestler, basically gave up his dream of going to the WWE years ago because he just wanted his wife to be happy and he wanted to support her dream of being a preschool teacher or some shit right like that. And I'm like, bro, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for some people to go to the WWE and you're giving that up so that she could be a preschool teacher? Fuck that. Right? Fuck that. Terrible idea. Okay. If you have, as you as the guy have to be your own mental point of origin. You have to put your goals first. You have to put your mission first. And the thing is that your whole family is going to benefit when you do that. And 9 times out of 10, women just want to support you and your vision and your mission. They just want to come along for the ride that you're taking them on. But if you're just giving everything up for her because you just want her to be happy, you're beta-tizing yourself. And that's going to cause her to lose that attraction. The next one I have here is tell me what to do. God, a lot of these are repetitive kind of. It's like, what do you want me to do? Is what I said at the beginning. Same thing, right? Tell me what to do. You're just basically admitting helplessness in a situation, in situations that you should be handling. You shouldn't be asking her what to do unless that's her area of expertise, right? Like I asked Nurse Chick the other day, right? I was telling my son about green chili. Have you guys ever had pork green chili? I was telling my son about this miraculous soup, this pork green chili soup that he's never had. And I'm like, oh, it's one of the greatest soups out there. It's so good. And we were talking about it. And I go, well, I'm going to have to make it for you. And the thing is that I was talking to Nurse Chick about it. And Nurse Chick is like, oh, I'm actually going to make that this week. And so Nurse Chick is a phenomenal cook. And she made the best goddamn green chili I've ever had in my fucking life. And I'm eating this shit going, fuck. Anytime I eat anything from Nurse Chick, we have this running joke because there's this TikToker who he did this series of videos where he's an Asian guy. And he's like, when your girl learns to cook authentic Asian food, and he's like, listen, honey, things just aren't working out. I really think that we should break up. Wait a second. Is that authentic? Whatever. And he sits down, he starts eating it. And he's like, oh, hell. He's like, did you get this recipe from my mom? He's like, you call my mom and got this recipe. Oh, right. He's like, all right, I think we can work this out because she cooks so good. He was going to break up with her, but she cooks so good that he's like, we can work things out. Well, I joke with Nurse Chick about it all the time. Whenever I go to eat some of her food, it's always so fucking good that I'm like, I was going to break up with you, but I think we can work things out. Well, anyway, I've never made pork green chili myself, so I asked her for the recipe. I said, hey, can you give me that recipe? And so she sent it to me, and I made it for my son last night. It was phenomenal, right? So I would, if that's her area of expertise, sure, ask her, but I wouldn't say, just tell me what to do, right? Like, give me some instructions, I'll handle it, right? Seems reasonable. Okay, so at the beginning, I said number 17. Number 17 is one that I guarantee you probably say more than you realize. Okay, here it is. You guys have been waiting for this whole video for this one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like when you apologize, when you've done nothing wrong. Okay, a lot of you guys say I'm sorry out of habit now, at the drop of the hat. In fact, I'm saying it right now, and some of you have the urge to go, "Oh, I do say that. I'm sorry." I did a whole episode last year on unnecessary apologies. Like you guys need to really refrain from saying you're sorry all the time, especially when there's nothing to be sorry for. It really makes you look weak. It's very weak language, and you need to drop it. You need to drop it. And I first learned that when I read Atomic Attraction by Christopher Canwell. It's one of my Holy Trinity dating books. And he talks about how apologizing all the time really makes you look weak. And, if you truly wrong someone, by all means, apologize. But he says, even then, don't say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry by itself is just a really weak way to apologize. And so he said, the less contrite I apologize is better than saying I'm sorry. But still, if you've done nothing wrong, don't say I'm sorry. Okay. And I even went so far as to say, when someone dies, don't, like, a lot of people go, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Stop using that word. Just get it out of your vocabulary. Okay. When someone dies, I don't say I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry, whatever. I don't. I say my condolences. And I've done that specifically to get out of the habit of saying I'm sorry all the time. And I put that out on video, I clipped that from that video I did on the subject, and people were losing their mind in the comments. They were so mad that I was telling people to stop saying I'm sorry. That I'm like, what is on? I was like, is that a bug? It's a piece of lint. Okay. Anyway, people were so mad that I was telling people to not say I'm sorry when someone dies that they were losing their mind in the comments. I stand by that. Don't stop saying I'm sorry. It's just a weak fucking thing to say. And some of you guys apologize at the drop of the hat for no reason. And I'll say this, I'll catch guys doing it in the Wolfpack. Guys in Wolfpack will say, I'm sorry for whatever. Or maybe they'll have an opinion about something, and they'll start the opinion off with, I'm sorry, but why did you say I'm sorry? There's nothing to apologize there. You have your opinion. I have my opinion. There's nothing to, why are you apologizing? That immediately starts you off sounding weak. Okay. Drop that shit from your language. Stop it. So if I catch guys saying that in Wolfpack, I always reply back, no apologies. Hey, no apologies. There's nothing to apologize for. So get that out of your vocabulary. All right. Now, like I said, if you truly wrong someone, apologize. But even then, Thor talks about it in a dominant masculine presence. Anything but I'm sorry, right? You can say, I apologize. You can say my bad. You can say my mistake. You can say mistakes were made. Okay. That's like the old Bill Clinton, mistakes were made. Okay. But never, I'm sorry. All right. Okay. I don't want to upset you. I don't want to upset you. Okay. This all goes back to walking on eggshells, not wanting her to not be happy, right? I don't want to upset you. So letting fear of her emotions dictate your actions. Have any of you done that? Like, honey, I don't want to upset you, but, and then you have to go tell her some bad news. Okay. It's okay if she's upset. It's okay. Just, you don't have to own her emotions. You don't have to always tell her or try to squash her feelings. Let her feel however the fuck she's going to feel. Okay. All right. We've got, I'll change anything for you. I don't know. Have any of you guys said that out loud? I will change anything for you, right? That's just, it's self-erasure to keep the peace. I think a lot of guys will do this if their wife has expressed a reason to get divorced. Like they'll say, I'll change anything for you. I'll do anything. Like, what? Just tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. Okay. Anytime you're making changes for someone else, it'll never stick. It will never stick. Okay. It's like trying to quit smoking because your wife doesn't like it. Okay. That you'll start smoking again. You have to, those types of things you have to do for you. So making any kind of relationship changes so that you show up better in a relationship, which I highly recommend. Like that's 99% of this channel is showing you how to show up better in your relationships to have healthier relationships. Okay. There's nothing wrong with making those changes. You don't necessarily, you can't do it for her though. These are all changes you have to do to make yourself level up and be the best version of yourself. It has to be for you though. Okay. It's because I'm not getting the results I want by acting in this certain way. I know I have to make some changes so I get better results, but I'm doing that for me. Like it's okay to be selfish, but doing anything for her, it's never going to stick, bro. It's never going to stick. All right. The last one here is I'm just trying to keep you happy. Like almost, do you see a pattern in almost all these? All these are like walking on eggshells, being scared of her emotions, trying to make her happy, trying to keep her from being upset at all costs. The thing is that trying to make women happy is the quickest way to make them unhappy. So stop, just stop. Okay. Let her feel however she's going to feel and let her come to you and seek that validation from you when she wants some reassurance or whatever. Okay. But don't be chasing after that validation. Let her feel and just be indifferent to it. Okay. Just be like, oh, well, you're upset. All right. Well, I'll be in the garage if you want to talk about it. Okay. Like it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. It's just, it's so hard for us because we have these we're programmed with this happy wife, happy life paradigm. And so there's something that just, it gets us in our fight or flight, like there's something in our brain that doesn't like it. It does. We have to keep her happy. And it's just because we've been programmed that way. So you have to unprogram that shit for it to stick. That's why I do Frame Fridays. That's what Psychology Paradigm's all about. All right. That's all we got. Okay. So going back. So Hassan says, I have been wondering if it's possible to still make a woman feel led, even if she makes more money, chimes in on expenses. It's absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible. Yeah, because let me bring that back up there. It's absolutely possible. I have a friend that does this. He's one of my 3% brothers. He lives down here in Montrose. He makes pretty good money. He works for a John Deere dealership, right? He deals tractors to farmers and stuff out here. And his girlfriend, she is a wealthy business owner. She used to run a big construction company out of Phoenix, and she's a multimillionaire. And he doesn't have millions of dollars, but he sets the tone and leads the relationship. And that's the key. Okay. Even the most bossiest of boss babes don't want to run the relationship. They make a million decisions all day, every day. The last thing they want to do is come home and make more decisions. And so if you're the guy where she comes home and you allow her to relax into her feminine because you've got everything else handled in the relationship, you absolutely can keep that relationship going. In fact, that's a big problem these days. A lot of women are making more money than men. In fact, that rate of women making more money than men is growing. And so it's going to be really harder. It's going to be a lot harder for guys who all they have is money. They lead with their wallets. And if they can't lead with their wallets, what the fuck did they got? They got nothing. Right. And so what Ryan Stone says in Dread is you have to be a luxury brand. You have to be the guy that makes her relax into her feminine in the relationship, and then you're fine. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she makes more money than you set the tone and lead that relationship. What if I say, I'm sorry to hear that? I still would rephrase that. I get rid of, I'm sorry. I would say that sucks. Oh, that really sucks, man. That really sucks. I try not to say I'm sorry. It's the sorry word is, I really would advise you guys to get that out of your vocabulary. I love not saying sorry, and I have to learn to embrace the awkward silence when they're expecting it. It's hilarious. Never apologize unless you really mess up. I agree. I agree. Would say All Apologies by Nirvana, good song, original and acoustic version. They had a lot of good songs, man. They had a lot of good songs. Okay. And then Alex Patino with a $5 super chat. Respect the cock. Tame. Okay. I know exactly what you're after. Let's see here. Where is it? Here it is.
Respect the cock and tame the cunt.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for that super chat, brother. Appreciate that. All right. That's all we got, guys. I hope you guys had fun with that list. Tune in tomorrow. I have a great sponsored video from a guy who keeps getting flaked on when in the dating circuit, and he's afraid to make a move when he actually does get dates. Okay, so that should be a fun one. A lot of you guys, especially you guys who have gone through a divorce or breakup, and now you're back on the dating circuit, and like you're getting so frustrated because of all these flaky bitches out there. Tune into that tomorrow. That should be a good one. And then tune in on Wednesday. We're going to be doing another list like this one. It's going to be on 20 different reasons women divorce men. Some of them are pretty shocking, to be honest. There's some of the reasons women like just give up on guys completely will blow your mind. So tune into that one, especially if your relationship's on the rocks, just to see if you fall into any of those categories. But that's all we got. Other than that, guys, do be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. I do have new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks for everyone that sounded off in the live chat and didn't just lurk. I appreciate you guys. Thanks to Alex for the super chat. Next time, guys, send more super chats, okay? Because your brother's doing this full time now. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Get my free ebook. She's Made You Weak. It's the top link in the description. It shows you why attraction erodes in long-term relationships. A lot of it's the stuff we talked about today, right? It's all the betaization process and all this kind of stuff I talked about compounds that. And then when you're ready to turn your relationship around, do grab the full book, Get Her to Fuck You Again. Go to books.comeonmanpod.com for that. Get in the Wolf Pack, wolf.comeonmanpod.com. That's a good group of guys. You can book a call with me by going to call.fixdeadbedrooms.com, and you can sponsor a video by going to video.comeonmanpod.com. That's all we got. We will see you guys tomorrow afternoon for the sponsored video.
This has been the Come On Man podcast. Now, go out and get it.